Testing. Okay, looks like the mic's working and all that. But anyways, good evening everyone. Welcome to another late night, well, typical evening Trails to Daybreak stream. As well as any evening streams I do in general. Let me just add my Discord real quick. Didn't really feel like using the BRB screen this time around, so yeah. But anyway, so yes, we did finish the main story the last time I played on Thursday. However, there is a post-game thing that I was planning to do anyways. I just didn't, well, I didn't do it over the weekend because I sort of got a little sick. If anything, I was starting to feel it on Thursday, but Friday was actually when it got bad anyways. So I wasn't planning to stream anyways this weekend, but getting sick like that didn't help either, so I guess I was sort of forced to not stream. For better or worse. Which is fine, because, like I said, we don't have a lot left to do at this point. Basically, we'll be going to the gardens.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
I see a stopping point. Would you care to rest?
I'll take over.
Taking point! Here I go! Let's go!
And here's my carry as well. Okay, and that's the fishing simulator. But yeah, not a whole lot to really do at this point. Okay, let me see who I should give that to.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
Let me handle this. Let me handle this.
Modifying your orbment, are you?
It doesn't really matter who I give this to, by the way.
Skills updated. Better check
Because,
them out.
well, one... Well, we can say over this at this point since we finished the game, but basically, there's some post-game left to this game at this point.
No enemies found.
Nice and refreshed.
Those are impressive results.
Okay. But anyways, at this point, there's really not much of a reason for me to really play on Nightmare difficulty, and quite frankly, I just really want to get through this for the story purposes, so I'm actually going to turn the game down to easy. Because, well, just to show. Just to show. Okay, where is it? There's a trophy for it that I know I got. Yeah. I already got the trophy completing the game on Nightmare, so at this point it's whatever to me. And now let's go to the gardens. Hi, yo, Cosmic. Welcome to the stream.
They've got to be yanking our chains at this point.
I finished the main story for Daybreak 2, by the way, so It's basically a post game, which it's not the most important thing ever. But if you want to avoid seeing this, don't worry about it. There's one story thing that does happen, but I could just let you know when it happens because most of it, I'm pretty sure, is just gonna be me going to dungeons and grinding enemies and such. Most likely. But yo, Cosmic. Anyways, I beat on Nightmare. Yep. Ever since the Cold Steel games, I've actually been playing the games on Nightmare difficulty to get the most out of it, since compared to the Sky Trilogy and the Crossbell games, Nightmare is actually pretty much, if you want to have like a balanced experience to a degree. It's not too bad once you get used to it. Which I'll say, Daybreak 1, I actually did play. I was playing on Nightmare, but I turned down the difficulty just to beat it because some things happen. I might have not been as well equipped as I could have, but I also wasn't in the best position to either beat the game either, unfortunately, with how my builds were.
I mean, seriously, you're telling me the Merhian Garten situation still hasn't been fixed?
Apparently so. What's more, the actual cause has yet to be identified.
Nero and Azure, I heard, are pretty hard if you tried playing them on Nightmare. I played them on hard difficulty, just because like it was a nice balance, but I would probably want to do New Game Plus if I were to do Nightmare on that. But the Cold Steel games, I thought a friend did tell me that playing on Nightmare is pretty doable. Not to mention, you get the trophy as well for get beat on Nightmare. So
Wait,
yeah,
really? The Garden Master, that is the spirit of the philosopher.
that's what I
Ghost,
heard.
was
Anyways,
the
I've
one
never
who took
tried it
over the
myself.
garden in the first place.
Yeah, I didn't try it myself, but I don't really have any plans to anytime soon.
Now that the 8th Genesis's influence is gone, the hacking should have stopped with it.
Yeah. Pretty bizarre that these strange goings-on are still, well, going on.
Excuse me.
Quite. As for why we were asked to
Yeah,
gather
the
today,
Crossbell games,
it
you
would seem
definitely
they
wouldn't
wish
want.
to share what has been
You could
confirmed
do
thus
it on
far.
your first run for Nightmare, but it wasn't recommended. The Cold Steel games and onwards, though, they're outside of like the beginning where you don't have too much to work with. Nightmare difficulty was pretty doable otherwise. If anything, sometimes it got a little too. It still wasn't too much of a challenge, especially if you knew what to abuse and such. So that's why I pretty much do Nightmares. I've been doing Nightmare and onwards for the Cold Steel games and such. Hey, Omina, welcome to the stream and thank you for the 22 months. Damn, 22 months. Two more for 2 years. Been that long already. But I appreciate the resend nonetheless, Mina, as well as the support. Once again, never required.
I figured this
But it's
wasn't
always
just
appreciated.
a casual hangout.
How's it going, Mina? I do see you're streaming at the moment, which hope. Oh yeah, and you did get your ejection earlier today, if I remember. Which hope that went well.
We're near the appointed time. Marduk's representative should be along to brief us shortly.
You can see why, especially with Cold Steel 3 and 4 with Brave Orders. Oh yeah, definitely. Like Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2, it was a little hard because well, at least at the beginning, just because you didn't have much. Cold Steel 3 was pretty ridiculous with the Brave Order stuff. To where Nightmare was... Yeah, Nightmare wasn't much of a challenge because of them. Cold Steel 4, they did try to balance it a bit with the Brave Order, with how you had to upgrade them and such. But even then, once you upgraded them and abused them for what they were, it wasn't too bad either. Reverie, I think there was just a longer upgrade path for some, if anything, with how much BP you could hold and all, but it was something you could abuse. Daybreak 1 and 2... Well, Daybreak 1 and 2 have other things to abuse to really make the most of it, but I would say Daybreak is... Well, the Daybreak games are a little more challenging, but once you get used to the system, you start to know what to look out for and abuse to make the most of it.
1, 2, 3. Okay, connection stable.
Yeah, we're just doing post game, by the way, Cosmic. So nothing to the story. Well, no really huge spoilers to the story itself.
Oh, you guys are already here.
Good day to you, Mirabelle.
Quite frankly, I was thinking about just looking this up online, but since I already beat the game on Nightmare, this is sort of a point where I could just turn the game down to easy and just
Sorry for the rush, but would
Take
you
my
mind
way.
telling us what this is about?
blaze my way through this post game.
For sure. See, after that last big shebang, we were able to regain control
Also,
over
though,
most
I don't
of the
think I asked this, but
systems.
how's it going, Cosmic? Hope you had a good weekend.
But there's still a few domains we can't access no matter how hard we try. Bummer, right? It's been a total head scratcher, so we asked Lapis to run some analytics for us.
Wait, you mean LP was in on this the whole time?
Hee what can I say? It sounded fun. Well, that. And Mirabelle offered to send me some of Orid's finest confections as compensation.
Guess her bottomless
Typical.
appetite is hollow compatible.
That's fair enough. Did you manage to figure anything out, though?
Yes. After parsing the data, Mirabelle and I came to two conclusions. The first is that there's no longer any hacking being done outside the network. And the other is that there's an unknown data construct located somewhere within the virtual domain.
An unknown data construct? I'm not sure I follow entirely. But do you suppose that might be the root of these anomalies?
Yep, that's pretty much the idea. Couldn't tell you what we're dealing with, but it's definitely the reason our systems are on the fritz.
Oh, yeah?
So it's powerful enough to send even Marduk's technology awry. That doesn't bode well from any angle.
Perhaps it's something Auguste planted when he hacked his way into the Merhien Garten. Whatever it is may have remained behind after the fact.
And now it's causing trouble for us, huh? This business doesn't seem all that urgent, as far as I can tell. But I ain't a fan of leaving loose ends untied either.
That's why I'm doing it now. Anyway, it's been good. Been having more time for game stuff. So, Trail's going well to replay CS4 since. Okay, so you're going to be replaying CS4 first before continuing on with Daybreak and such.
So sure, we'll give it some looking into.
Right. Everyone's here already, so we may as well.
Truth to be told, Cold Steel 4 is actually the only. Well, of the Cold Steel games, Cold Steel 4 isn't the only one I haven't replayed. But I also already 100% of Cold Steel 4 and got the Plat Trophy for that. The first Trails game I actually did get the Platinum for. I'm pretty sure like Cold Steel 1, 2, and 3, I'm pretty close to it. I'm just held back by the freaking chess trophy. Which I'm pretty sure I would have 100% otherwise. But, oh well. Well, Cold Steel 4 I did 100% on my first run. I did a New Game Plus run right after Nightmare just to get the Plat Trophy because... Excuse me. But yeah, I only did a New Game Plus immediately after because at that point I really only needed 3 bonding trophies left. For 3 characters I didn't do throughout the game. So once I got that, I got the Plat Trophy and we were good. Anyways. What did I think of the Daybreak cast, by the way? I really enjoyed them personally. Like, I thought I would have a hard time adjusting to them because we spent so much time with the Crossbow and Erebonian groups, as well as the Sky group for a bit. For that long, I thought it would take a good while to adjust to the Calvar group, but they're a nice group of fresh air, really, in my opinion. Like, not too little to where like there's not enough interactions going on, but at least, especially in comparison to Cold Steel 1 and 2, not too big to where you would have too much to juggle. And it's a nice variety of them all too.
No reason all of us can't work together to get this off our to-do list.
It's too late in the game to flake out, so fine. Me and S can pitch in. For a price.
Would you quit trying to shake them down?
And like obviously having the other characters from previous games return is always a plus.
Here we go. The more the merrier, I guess.
Then I'm sure you won't mind a few +1s.
Like these other two that are coming.
They'd better not. We want in on this too.
Fee! Jin! Why are you here?
Oh, now we're introduced to Fee, even though she came at the end of the game, basically.
This virtual stuff is pretty convincing. Really lives up to the hype. I just happened to be in Calvert anyway, so I figured I'd chip in a little.
Elaine actually gave us a light recap of what we've been up to. I've been looking for an opportunity to make up for that whole coup d'etat mess, too. Here's a chance to put me to work. Lucky you, eh?
So basically, you were enlisted.
That's right. It's in the Guild's best interest to put this issue to bed before it gets out of hand.
I guess in regards to Daybreak 1 specifically, the way the story is structured, it makes it so characters were introduced at a pretty good pace too. Both your party members as well as cast members that you'll be seeing throughout not only the game but also the series. Which, I mean, I guess going back to what I was also saying, Daybreak 1 did actually save the series for me, all things considered.
Works for me. We'll take all the help we can find.
After my burnout with Trails into Reverie, which, back when I did stream Reverie, as much as I enjoyed the game, which granted there was a lot of factors to this, but while I was streaming Reverie, there were definitely times when I was playing it where I felt like I was definitely forcing myself to play it versus wanting to play and make progress in it, which that pretty much came from a bunch of factors. One, playing a bunch of other games that I was excited for around the time. Or Final Fantasy 16 was the one I played prior to Reverie. But then other games were coming out around the time, like Armored Core 6 was coming out the next month after. Eternights was soon too. At that point, I was trying to finish. Yeah, at that point, I was trying to finish Chosen to Reverie beforehand, but that ended up not happening because I actually played a bit of Armored Core 6 in Eternights, or I was grinding Street Fighter 6. Now, on top of the burnout, it didn't really help much for me personally.
We can't ask for better firepower than the immovable and Sylphid. Glad to have you aboard.
But yeah, but with Daybreak 1, I'll admit, initially I wasn't, I was going to play it regardless, but my excitement wasn't too high initially, until I basically played it. Which, I've sort of said it before, I'll say it again. Daybreak 1, it's definitely stuff you know from the series if you've been playing the series at this point for a while. But it does a decent amount new to the series that really makes it feel like a brand new experience to where that's what pretty much got me back into it. And even with Daybreak 2, even though I have critiques with the story, I still had a good time playing it from beginning to end.
By the way, get out there and kick some butt, okay?
New products, huh?
Welcome to Marduk support. Charging now and there. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks a bundle. We've got the good stuff. Appreciate you. We've got the good stuff.
To be fair, I probably won't need most of these, but
Appreciate your
well,
business. Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Might as well. I guess I might as well
Bundle.
craft these
We've got
weapons.
the good stuff. Appreciate your business. Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Hmm. Hey Opak, welcome to the stream. Just finishing up stuff with Trails to Daybreak 2 at the moment, where we're just trying to finish up the post game of this game currently. I didn't even know. Oh, I need to use Onyxes for that. I'll pass then.
Appreciate your business.
After this game, what am I gonna play?
Good luck with the investigation.
1 second. After this game, it's gonna be this game, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I probably won't get to it this week, by the way, though. But that'll be the next game. And is that B? Yes, it is.
Welcome to Marduk's support.
You'll see her.
Back anytime.
Well, you've probably seen trailers of it already, but you'll see her in Daybreak 1. Right now, she's sort of just like a bonus edition. Gonna have to lurk? For sure, for sure. But yeah, I won't be starting any big game, any long game anytime soon. I'm more or less waiting for Player Obscure Expedition 33 to come out to be my next big long game. Which I don't even know how long it is per se.
I can't wait to see what we'll
Let me just try this out of curiosity.
get. Okay, let me handle this. Whoa, what's this?
But yeah, that's the plan though. Because I probably won't be streaming much
Shall
this
we
week.
begin the next analysis? We did it! Shall we begin the next analysis? We did it! Shall we begin the next analysis? This could be really good.
I'm not gonna play it on release, but I'll play it sometime after it though. But it definitely won't be on release for me either, because I'll be busy with other things. Anyway, what's this? So, you remember that gotcha game in Trails into Reverie, right? That's basically this game, except you're using your own shards to do it. This is basically where I spent a good amount of my time off stream doing. To farm for stuff. Which this place was really helpful, by the way. To farm and all. Which, it doesn't really matter for me here, because I'm just trying to get through the floors and get this game over with, basically. We'll see how things go, though.
This could be really good. Let's try another one. We did it! Let's try another one. Whoa, what's this?
just want to see what I can get at the moment before I continue.
Analysis complete. Let's try another one.
I'll pass here.
There's so much.
Which, I mean, how you get those shards, you can get in the real world, but a lot of times it's probably gonna be through these. Which is why, like, you can see some, like, you see the clear bonus on the bottom right. Some of it can help where you get more sepiths, more items, or shard tokens for said gacha here. Which here you can see this one I completed 7 times because it gave me the most shard tokens that I could use to farm for the gacha game. And this I completed a lot because, well, it doesn't give the most shards, but around the time this was the most I had, so yeah. But anyways, we're continuing on with the rest of this. Which this shouldn't take long. It's not as complex as the Reverie dungeons.
Time to get to work.
Like I said, I turned the game down to very easy, just so I can get through this and such. So I'm not expecting to struggle here. But this is how these dungeons look in Daybreak 2, which...
You got a charge attack ready. We've got the upper hand. They're down. Engaging skill. Here it comes. Silver win.
Right. It's over. You're crushed.
This feels pretty great. You know we've got the upper hand. Engaging skill. Xerus form.
Yeah, first they're just...
Your next. Go.
Yeah, we're just, like I said, the whole plan is just to really get through this game tonight. And the rest of the dungeons.
Nice. That went
Treasure.
great.
You nailed it, Van.
Oh yeah, and then you also see the objective with like to slay the medium-sized monsters. That's all I really have to do at the moment. In order to get through this. You're basically completing these objectives where you're killing certain enemies, breaking certain objects, or disarming certain devices. It varies depending on.
Quite the reception.
You got a charge attack ready.
It varies depending on the objective you do get and such.
Against the large group.
But that's like basically the point of these dungeons, so arguably a little boring, but not complex though. And then there's usually a boss at the end and such. So yeah. Anyways, nowadays I don't really care too much about platinuming games. So, it doesn't really matter for me whether I do it or not. But yeah.
Going all in.
And let's just do this, because why not?
Now then, let's do this. This moonlit blade of mine is false, yet true as steel. There! Behold! Zero gleam!
In case you're wondering about this character, Cosmic, she practices a Divine Blade. Whoa. There's more to it when you'll learn throughout this game more so for this Daybreak one. But she just practices day leaves to some degree. Of how she's considered a Divine Blade user.
Time to get serious.
Oh my. Quite the reception.
Let's get to work.
You got a charge attack ready.
Truthfully, I don't feel like there's as much you get done with.
You're up against a large flinch.
There wasn't as much to learn about her in Daybreak 1.
Now's a great time for
But Daybreak 2, you have her around for a little more, at least. Is she the one you will pin against Reed? Yep. After playing this game, I think there's a good chance Shizuna is actually stronger than Reed. A good chance. But all that said, she's pretty much been my carry of this game, so yeah. But I do think she's actually probably stronger than Reed at the moment.
This feels pretty great. You may be strong, Shizuna, but I won't lose to you.
Yeah. This is pretty much how the game looks. I think here's another objective with this game. So basically,
This place goes
break
on,
all these objects.
on.
So I basically don't have to fight anyone, just have to break the objects
Looks like the gang's all
themselves.
here.
Treasure located.
So like I said, it's not as complex like Trails into Reveries dungeons and such. Not the goat. I like Rain too, but I'm just being honest. I do think this lady's actually a lot stronger than Rain. For better or worse.
Watch out. You're up against a large group. Now's a great time for engaging skill.
It probably would be close either way though. But there's just through some story reasons, I guess, of why I think Shizuna is actually stronger than Reen. Shizuna is also sort of a cycle ultimate, which you'll see throughout the games.
Alright, that's another area down.
Nonetheless though, I can't deny she's pretty much been carrying me throughout these games.
Watch out. You're up against a large group. Now's a great time for a shard boost. Engaging skill.
You're next. Make it count, Van.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
We should go on the attack. I suggest we strike now. Now we're talking.
Engaging skill.
Now then, let's
Just so
do
we can
this.
get the bonus
This
with the shard
moving blade
tokens.
of mine is false, yet true as steel. There! Behold! Zero gleam!
Man, oh yeah, I don't think I really adjusted to the whole nightmare thing, but aside from getting that challenge early on in this game and such, I also did it just so that way. That way, I didn't have to worry too much about like doing it again on Nightmare and
One
such.
step
All
closer to reaching my peak.
Nice. Moving on up.
I will always strive to better myself. Oh, I could do better.
that's another
Treasure
reason.
located.
Just so that way is like when I have to play the game again, I'm not playing it to worry about anything.
Looks like it
Do you,
keeps going
do you
from
have to
here.
feel like you have to grind a lot? Not really, honestly. This game, I really did it just because of the reward there was for it. To like, basically keep your crafts boosted, have as much Sepith and look how much Sepith I have, basically. Because of grinding throughout. I basically did it because I was able to amass this much from the gacha and such, so that way, whether I need to create quartz I needed, when I didn't have much of one, Or if I just wanted to get more money, this was pretty much the easiest way for me to do it in this game. Cold Steel or Daybreak 1, there isn't much to grind, but it's pretty doable. You really just need to be more focused on who you want to spend money for to be strong and such. But aside from that, it's like to play through, it's pretty doable.
Let's get to work.
And like I said, it was also a way to where if I wanted to like replay the game again to platinum, which I wouldn't, I sort of consider, I am considering it for this game, just because I am pretty close. But that's if I feel like it.
Okay.
Main menu guy, this part, it takes a bit to get used to, but it's just like they have to interface with your inventory and such. Well, which menus to access and all. It takes a bit to get used to, but I sort of prefer it nowadays. But yeah. Like I said, I really just do play on I really play on Nightmare just so I don't have to worry much about an additional playthrough, which, well, if I do want 100% Daybreak 1, I would need to. If I did want to 100% Daybreak 1, I would have to play this on Nightmare.
Now's a great time for a shard.
But it wouldn't be anytime soon, though.
This is it. Up to you. Okay. Shut them down, Reset.
Now's your chance for a shard boost.
Okay, yeah, but anyways, back to the whole grinding thing. You, like, outside of money and wanting to bet sports, it's more of an optional thing, if anything. But you have ways to make money, though, to a degree. You might find some farming spots time to time, but you really don't have to rely on them in Daybreak 1. You just really need to know how to equip your characters, and take advantage of these. Well, this one will probably be new to you, which, truthfully, I actually didn't really pay attention much, but you see these. It's like stuff that will give you like stat bonuses and such. Oh, aside from boost your regular stats with the quartz, you're also going to be developing these kinds of skills, which are actually, yeah. Do you remember the connection stuff in Cold Steel and Reverie, right? Where it's like you increase bonds with certain characters, then you have access to certain parts where they're like they might cover for someone, they might counterattack. Yeah, this is basically where these are for a stat boost as such. Depending on what quartz you equip in each slot. Which
Let me
Shifting to maintenance mode.
Which, I mean, Guardian's basically the whole thing with covering other people and such. Everything else... Sorry. But yeah, everything else, you'll pretty much learn as you play the game over time. But it's a really nice... Like I said, it's like something you're familiar with this series. But it does a decent amount new to keep you invested and feel like a brand new experience despite being fairly familiar with the game, as well as the core series as a whole.
Okay. Right. Cut down my enemy.
If anything, even if you didn't play this on normal, or even if you play this on normal and then do Nightmare later, I'm pretty sure you can make Nightmare walk in the park with this. in particular. Considering how much farming can do such.
We still have a ways to go. Stay alert.
Hawk, she's doing the most because I equipped her to do so. Otherwise I could have focused on someone else. But all that said, she has been carrying me throughout this game, ever since I got her as an actual party member. So I will be grateful for that.
The gang's all here.
And Shizuna anyways. Not Shiroya. However you pronounce it. Which I know it's slowly, but yeah.
Oh, goodies for the taking.
We've made good progress.
Hey, a monkey.
It's a guardian. We can defeat it. Time to push through.
Oh, this shouldn't be too bad.
Boost gauge upgraded. Time engaging skill.
That's it. Shut them down, Reset.
Chance! Don't stop now, Elaine!
Now we're talking.
Engaging skill.
Too slow. Now it's my turn.
Activating skill.
Now! Mr. Arclight! Go all out!
Time for a new look!
Get going, Dan! I'll let you, Dan!
Engaging skill.
We'll win! They flinched! Now!
Yeah, playing on easy sure is something though. I'll admit that much.
Take it!
Not that I mind.
Okay.
Ugh, no. It's called Take the Grendel form. That's been his thing since Daybreak 1, Hawk.
One step closer to reaching my peak.
He's been doing it since then.
I will always strive to better myself.
I had a great time.
Anyways, floor 1 down.
Welcome. I've got all your support
I
needed.
don't think I
Let's
need to do this.
investigation.
But yeah,
All right, let's
like I
begin.
said, I'm really just trying to breeze through this part of the game.
A fierce
So it shouldn't be a
to get
really
through.
long stream.
There's a ton of us. Should we get to work?
I'll cover you.
Who's got the upper hand?
We'll see. Atelier Yumiya? I haven't played any of the Atelier games, so
Engaging skill.
Here it comes!
if I were, I would want to start from the beginning. But I won't be doing that for a while.
I'll put...
I've heard they're fun to play though, but it's just gonna be a while before I even consider getting to them.
You got a charge attack ready.
Oh, I could do better. You are. Flinch now. Who's got the upper hand?
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Anyways, what was I gonna say?
This is it.
Oh yeah, speaking of trails though. I still can't believe we got Trails Beyond the Horizon announcements the day after I finished Daybreak 2. But I am happy for it though. The surprise actually came this year
Hey, leave some for the
instead
rest
of
us,
next year, which
Shizuna.
I was ready for it to become next year instead. But somehow Falcom did it, or NIS America did it. We've gained this game out before the end of 2025. You're so behind. You'll get there. You'll get there.
Show them your stuff, Elaine.
Engaging skills.
Now we're talking.
I also don't envy being behind either. With the game. Considering how much you have to play in that all.
All in a day's impressive swordsmanship, Miss Misurugi.
But yeah, I did pre-order my limited edition for Trails Beyond the Horizon. And needless to say, I am excited. The only thing I'm bummed about is that it literally releases in the same time period as Trails in the Sky FC remake, which that was actually my plan to stream in the fall. But now that Trails Beyond the Horizon's happening this fall, I think Sky FC remake will actually have to wait till next year.
I believe that marks the end of
Most likely. I guess also might as well say it
Looks like
now.
keeps going from here.
I'll be watching our performance.
You got a charge attack ready.
Needless to say,
More remain. We've got the upper hand.
Metaphor was another game I was considering getting to this year,
One step closer.
but that's
to
100% not happening. 100% unfortunately. Which I do want to try out Metaphor at some point.
This is the perfect time for Sharp. You're up against a large
But like I said, with what came out,
Now's a great time.
or what's coming out this fall, it's definitely not going to be this year.
Shut them down, Reset.
Activating skill.
That's how it goes.
I will always strive to better myself.
They're down. This is the perfect time for shards. Engaging skill.
Like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, and back to Claire Expedition 33. So that will be my next long RPG to stream after this, but that's not coming out till the end of April. Which I did order it, but the option I'm going for is actually not going to be coming in until at least a week after it releases. So I would be starting on Claire Expedition 33 immediately. Not to mention, another game actually happens to release that same week. Or around the same time. Fatal Fury Save the Wolves, another fighting game that I actually signed up for Evo 4 this year. That, regardless if I get into it or not, it's probably something I should practice. Probably. So I'll be grinding that over. What? Doing playthroughs anyways.
Let's get to work. You got a charge attack. Enemy suppressed. Analyzing data.
Watch out. I spot enemies. They're down now.
Watch out.
Close in on them.
You're up against a large group. Engaging skill.
Who's the plan anyways?
Try and take this.
Oh well, actually, and I guess also to mention, if I'm not doing a stream of a playthrough or grinding fighting games,
All in a day's
there's a fair chance I actually might stream Fall Guys again, as a time-to-time thing. Which, I mean, it's service there already.
You got a charge attack.
The reason why I'm saying Fall Guys might be a regular thing here again time to time soon
freezing wind.
Okay, had to cough. Anyways, I might be doing Fall Guys soonish again on stream, because apparently they're adding a rank mode to that game, which,
Watch out, I spot enemies.
for better or worse, I'm actually down to try it. And no, Pock, not Fall Guys with Final Fantasy XIV. Fall Guys in the actual Fall
Alright,
Guys,
that's
as in
another
the
area
actual
down.
game. What enemy am I missing? Oh, must be these guys.
Treasure. Slicing down. The tree's in reach. Slicing down. They're down. Watch out. Now you're up against a large tree. Win. Now's a great time for a shard. Engaging skill. Up deep. Show them your stuff, Elaine. Engaging skill. There.
Chance.
Reset the plan currently.
They're down. Here's my chance.
Activating skill.
Sucker!
We still have a ways to go. Stay alert.
Moving on up.
Stronger. Ooh, now they make for a fun fight. This'll make for a good warm-up. There's a ton of them. Should we get to work? Come forth!
Oh, goodies for the taking.
There's like 60 dungeons, by the way, so after this,
We've made good progress.
or 6 more dungeons have opened up after this.
It's a guardian. We can defeat it. Now's a great time for time to push through. Engaging skill. Boost gauge upgraded. Engaging skill. Too slow.
Chance. It's go time. Time for a new look.
I've got you covered. Full boost. Don't hold back, fan. Take this.
Engaging skill. Now
Okay.
it's my turn. It's Mizurugi. Engaging skill.
I've got you covered. Take this. Take this.
Nice. Like I said, playing on easy just so I can get through this and such.
I'll reach even greater heights. Oh, I could do better. I had a great time.
Yeah, truthfully, I don't really have much of a reason to keep grinding this otherwise. So I wouldn't be grinding this after I'm done with the
Welcome.
game.
I've got all your support needs covered.
Personally.
Now and there. Mwah!
Just doing this so we can get this over with and such. And not to mention, oh yeah, Street Fighter 6 is on maintenance at the moment, so... Hmm. Anyways. So 12, 13, 14. 5 more floors, probably. Like I said, this stream shouldn't take too long. Considering what I'm doing and all.
Time to get to work.
I'll cover you. You've got a charge attack ready. Deploying shards. Let's rumble. Engaging skill.
They're down. Now. We'll win.
Engaging skill.
Keep it up. On my blade, I'll never lose.
Splendidly done, Miss Eau Claire.
Blink. We've got the upper hand. Blink.
Engaging skill.
You're next.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6 Mania is going on tonight, so I figured I might as well stream right now instead of
Watch it. That one's big.
doing nothing tonight. You know, I have been doing well. I have been trying to relax with other stuff, which, for example, I did finish Daredevil Season 3 recently, just to catch up on Daredevil before I get to Daredevil Born again.
Now we're talking.
Engaging skill.
But man, I feel like I missed out on so much for not seeing Daredevil earlier, but better late than never. I started on the first episode of Born Again, but I do see it's not finished yet, so I'm gonna wait till all the episodes are out.
Onwards and upwards. There's a ton of them. Greater heights. Should we get to work?
How it goes.
I'll get stronger.
I am looking forward to seeing what Daredevil 2 does.
They're down now.
Watch out. We're up against a large group.
They're down.
Yeah. I'm still watching anime and such, but I'm really just waiting for Fire Force Season 3 currently, so I figured I might as well get to the other shows that I haven't really had a chance to get to. Daredevil was one of them, and I'm really glad I got to it. Now I'm on Squid Game Season 2, because Season 3 is happening this summer and all.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Which, if you're wondering how I felt about Squid Game 1, Season 1, I enjoyed it for what it was, but it wasn't my favorite show. Now it's still going to be the same case where it's not going to be my absolute favorites. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in Season 2, though.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You nailed it, Van.
That I can at least be excited for. Which, granted, like I said, I also just felt people I knew overhyped the show for me a little too
We still
much.
have a ways to go. Stay alert.
It just wasn't my favorite. I thought it was cool for what it did.
This'll make for a good warm-up.
You got a charge attack ready.
We've got the upper hand. They're down.
But yeah, right now, all that said, I'm really just waiting for Fire Force Season 3 currently.
You're next. If we act, we've got the upper hand. We can win.
Can you catch up? You got started on Season 2? Oh damn, well, you'll get through it quickly, I'd say.
They're down. You're next.
I was rewatching it recently, a bit before, so yeah.
Engaging skill.
I'll put an end to this.
I already knew what was going to happen, but rewatching it did open my eyes to some stuff that had happened that I would have forgotten if I didn't watch it.
I'll reach even greater heights.
Nice. Looks like a chest.
Oh, I could do better. Quite the reception.
Slicing down. They're down. Let's talk. We've got the upper hand.
And don't mind me coughing. I'm honestly fine. It's just I started to develop the cough over the weekend, but it's getting better. It's just sort of lingering at the moment for myself, but it's getting better. Thankfully.
I'll get strong. A fearsome foe. Time to get serious. Treasure. Yep. This looks like
Almost there then.
we still have a ways to go. Stay alert.
Probably gonna be my shortest Daybreak 2 stream, by the way. For once. Or actually, maybe the first Daybreak 2 stream was my shortest. But that was mostly because of the fact that... Yeah, that was mostly because of the fact that... I literally only did the prologue, which wasn't as long as I thought it would be. But I guess it was a good thing it wasn't.
Quite the reception.
Yeah, aside from all that, I'm definitely gonna be mostly on the grind for Street Fighter 6 for the next couple of weeks. Also, make time to stream time to time. It's just this week, I'm gonna be a little busy with work.
Careful. That's above an A-level threat.
I guess I am also trying to use this time to start rest my throat as well. But if I come back with Ninja Gaiden 2, I think the earliest I would consider it is pretty much on Saturday.
That marks the end of this area.
Probably. Not sure though.
Looks like it keeps going. From here.
A fearsome foe. Time to get serious. Watch out. I spot enemies. This'll make for a good warm-up.
You got a charge attack ready.
Next.
Watch out. You're up against a large...
Okay.
Now's a great time for a charge focus unleashed.
Going all in!
Engaging skill.
Up to you. Show them your stuff, Elaine.
Engaging skill.
Okay. Thing. We can stream though, let's go. For sure. It's a well, this Friday I will be at my local and such, so gonna be on that. And then the weekend, aside from Saturday, I'm actually gonna be out of town for this upcoming weekend. So I wouldn't be streaming on Sunday either. Unless I feel like doing it later in the nights. I'm probably gonna be tired because, well, like I said, I'm gonna be out of town for most of the day. But I'm still coming home on time later. I guess the plus side for all this is though is at least I'll have next Monday off, so I might be able to squeeze in a stream then at least. It's gonna be for a friend's bridal shower, so for fun basically. Going to be in San Diego and all that.
All in a day's work. You may be strong, Shizuna, but I
Should be a good time though. Truthfully, I've actually never been to one, though, I'll admit. Oh, this freaking turtle again.
Guardian, we can defeat it.
Unleashed. Engaging skill. Boost gauge upgraded.
Activate! Now we're talking.
Engaging skill.
That's it. Show them your stuff, Elaine.
Focus unleashed. Engaging skill.
Now! I won't hold back. Cobalt curtain.
I roll my new car. Yeah, I've pretty much been doing that already anyways.
Too slow.
But that's besides the point anyways.
Energy activating skill.
That's it. Missile clear.
Engaging skill.
Now. Now we're talking.
Engaging skill.
Too slow. You can't best me.
Engaging skill.
Way to fire me up.
Engaging skill.
Too slow. Make it count, Van.
Here we go, man!
Get going, man!
Time to pump it up!
I don't like it, man!
Easy.
Onwards and upwards.
But yeah, but plus side though, the Monday after that, I actually did take off. Just so I can relax from the car ride down to San Diego and up from
I
it.
had a great time.
Plus side anyways. Anyways. Let me get to a point to save. Just because we're at the point, and since I'm not gonna be streaming for too long, I think I'll take a slight ad break. So, just need to get more water, use the restroom, and all that. And like I said, this stream's gonna be pretty short in comparison to my usual trail streams. But anyways, TLDR, if you're not sub, you're not missing out on anything, just a BRB scream of chill music. But if you are a sub, that's all you'll be seeing for a bit. But I'll be back in a bit, everyone. I am back. And also, what's this? Badge? Sure. Anyways, back to this. And Almond, I am very glad
All right, look sharp, people.
I don't have to really worry about being strong enough for all these, because that probably would be a pain.
Watch it. That one's big.
Quite the reception.
I'll cover you. Boost gauge level map. Watch out. You're up against
It
the
probably would be a pain if I were trying to do this the regular way.
Engaging skill.
Hear it? We'll win!
Engaging skill.
Sucker! Jam it.
That's it.
Counting on you, Shizuna.
Engaging skill.
I am curious to see what the end of this teases, though. Genuinely curious.
Onwards and upwards. I'll reach even greater heights.
Nice. Moving on up.
I'll get stronger.
You got a charge attack ready. Watch out. You're up against a large group.
Time to push through.
Engaging skill.
This is. Slicing down. Flinch. Now is the time. We've got the upper hand. They're down.
Oh, and I was gonna touch on this, but basically, so games like Metaphor and Sky FC Remake, I'm definitely not going to get to them before the end of the year, so I won't be prioritizing them. As much as I would like to play them before the end of the year, I just know there's no well, unless I gave up on Street Fighter 6, I guess, I probably won't be able to get to those games, and I probably won't be able to get to those games by the end of the year, which I'm okay with that, honestly. Welcome back. Thank you, Mina. But yeah, I was just saying.
You got a charge attack ready.
Over time, like, especially after streaming some games, I have to start a bit more accepting that I really don't need to play games ASAP when they release and such.
Watch out. I spot enemy.
Especially when there are other things I want to prioritize and such, in comparison.
Watch out. You're up against a large group.
Which is why, like, this month, I didn't get any of the new games that came out this month. Which, I mean, I think the only thing I really would have cared about is Xenoblade. Whichever I played through.
Hey, do some for the rest of us, Shizuna.
And then Berserker Con is another game that I was interested in, but that's gonna be for way later on, if I ever get it. So I was pretty much able to put my whole energy into playing this game instead. Which, like I said, despite my criticism with the story, I had a blast with Daybreak 2 from beginning to end.
Onwards and upwards.
Ugh,
I'll reach even
This
greater
quiz
heights.
goes
I'll
on
get
and
stronger.
on and on.
Careful. That's above the A level threat.
You got a charge attack ready.
Flinch. We've got the upper hand.
Engaging skill.
Watch out. I spot enemy. You will. There's still got more.
That's how it goes.
Stats upgraded.
We are leveling up quickly, but like I said, this doesn't really matter much at this point.
There's a ton of them. Should we get to work?
Let's get to work. You got a charge attack ready. Watch out. You're up against the large group.
Flinch.
Engaging skill.
All in a day's work. Impressive swordsmanship, Mr.
Doesn't need more small enemies to fight.
On my blade, I'll never lose. Treasure. Cut you up. They're down.
Watch out.
If we act
You're up against the large group.
we can win.
Engaging skill.
Okay. I guess with the current timeline of games I know that are coming out and such, and what I do plan to get,
Engaging skill.
next game after this will most likely be, will definitely be Ninja Gaiden 2. I might do Kingdom Bridge of Spirit as well after that, but that depends on the mood I'm feeling at the time. For sure my next RPG will definitely be Clear Obscure Expedition 33, but I'm not going to play it ASAP considering I'm not playing it ASAP because, well, I ordered it on Amazon and I don't have Amazon Prime, so I wouldn't be able to do release date delivery and all that. You know, delays can happen now with Amazon, even if you have Prime. But all that said, I use my Amazon gift cards for that, so I sort of got the game for free, basically. As well as Lost Soul aside. Those are the two next big releases I plan on doing, but like I said, depending on how my schedule is and such, I may not be able to I probably won't be playing them as often. Which, I guess that's another lesson. Aside from not having to play a game ASAP, I've also learned you don't have to force yourself to finish something ASAP. Unless, if you're not in the mood for it and all. Which, like I said, that pretty much happened with me when I was trying to play Trails into Reverie. When I was forcing myself to play when I shouldn't have.
We've made good progress.
New area located. Commencing exploration.
Watch out, I spot enemies.
Victory's in reach.
Which thankfully ever since Daybreak 1, I've actually been, whenever I do start up, I'm pretty much been in the mood to play them now. So that's a plus side for me, I suppose.
This'll make for a good warm-up.
You got a charge attack ready.
Watch it. That one's big.
Come forth!
I believe that.
Yeah, might as well. It's not like it's gonna be hard anyways.
It appears to be a bug.
To push through!
Please be careful.
Boost gauge upgraded. Engaging skill.
Too slow. Make it count, Van.
After me! Here's my chance.
You can't best me.
Engaging skill.
Now! You're next, Shizuna.
Engaging skill.
Shut them down, Reset.
My move now.
Counting on you, Shizuna!
Engaging skill.
That's it. Show them your
Engaging skill.
Now!
Okay.
My turn.
Engaging
now.
skill.
Too slow. Here's my chance.
Activating skill.
Now! Clinch. Mr. Arkwright!
Activating skill!
You got it! Don't stop now, Elaine!
Engaging skill.
Keep it up!
GG's.
Onwards and upwards. I'll reach even greater heights.
That's
I'll get stronger. I had a great time.
On to the... So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, how many floors do I have left? Because where it mentioned there are like 6 more floors. I swore. Okay, so there are 16 floors, so 3 more after this, so let's get through these ASAP.
Time to get to work. Oh my. Wait,
Oh, arcade though.
show me what you've got.
You got a charge attack.
They're down. Cut you up. They're down.
Boost gauge level maximum. Watch out. You're up against a large group. Engaging skill.
This is it. Silver win.
That's how it goes.
Cut you up. They're down.
One more!
We've got the upper hand. They're down.
Engaging skill.
Okay.
Onwards and upwards. I'll reach even greater heights. I will always strive. Here comes time to get serious. Now, let's
Watch out. You're up against a large group.
time to push through.
Engaging skill.
Huh. Cool.
Show them your stuff, Elaine.
Engaging skill.
That was quick. Bedtime for you? Pog, it's only 9:30. You can stay up for at least another hour. I'm kidding, by the way. But anyways, I think that's on my way, you can't Pog.
Burn yourself out, Elaine.
Hope you have a good night. I'll catch you next time, whatever that is. But till then, have a good one, Pog. So,
That's above an A-level flight.
you can still stay up.
Let's crash this party.
Engaging skill.
Make it count, man.
And wake up early tomorrow at the same time. You can do it, Pog.
Don't stop now, Elaine!
Engaging skill.
Keep it up. Understood. Light. Yeah. Cut the dark.
Do you want to do a new patch? Well, you can't do it tomorrow. You just need to wake up.
That fight felt pretty good. Just what I'd expect of you, Elaine.
That's all you gotta do.
Show me what you've got.
You got a charge attack ready.
But good night, Pog. I hope you have fun tomorrow. With the new patch and all.
Engaging skill.
You're next.
Okay, I think these are the enemy.
Should we get to work? Now, let's go.
Cool.
Engaging skill.
Okay, 2. I guess this is a new enemy.
One step closer to reaching my peak. Still got the upper hand.
Engaging skill.
Cool.
All in a day's work. Yep, this looks like the end of that section.
Watch it. That one.
Okay, moving on though.
New area located. Commencing exploration.
Okay, I'll say 5.
That's above an A-level threat.
Let's get to work.
You've got a charge attack ready. They're down. This is the perfect time for shards.
But yeah. I've said time and time again, but that's sort of how I'm seeing my stream schedule for the year. Like, I'll play some big releases when they release, but I'm not playing all of them for sure. As much as I'd like to.
This feels pretty great. You may be strong, Shizuna, but I won't shoot you down.
It's just not in the realm of possibility with what I want to do.
We should go on the attack.
Engaging skill.
I'll put it. Now we're talking.
Engaging skill.
This feels pretty great.
Hey, leave some for the rest of us, Shizuna.
Breakable object. And then Ninja Gaiden 2, I had interest in doing that, so I was just waiting for a sale, which it did go on sale during early in March, I think. It did go on sale though, which is why I have Ninja Gaiden 2 Black at the moment. Which I do intend to actually stream all the way this time instead of just playing it off stream like I did for
We've made good progress.
Ninja Gaiden 1. And ends up doing for Ninja Gaiden 3.
Ugh, this place goes on and on and on.
Looks like the gang's all here. Watch it. That one's big.
And not to mention, like I said, I am going to be on my whole Street Fighter 6 arc, which I've pretty much been since last year. But it goes double for this year with what plans I have, like going to EVO and all.
All right, that's another area down.
Anyways, how going? Thank you for the stream. Okay, no worries, Cosmic.
It appears to be a guardian. Please
That
be
time's
careful.
night, anyways. Alright guys, I really just found while you can, Cosmic. Hope you have a good night. And I'll catch you next time whenever that is, but till then, have a good one, Cosmic.
Engaging skill.
That's it. Let's go.
Engaging skill.
That's it.
I'll take advantage of this crit turn.
Engaging skill. Boost gauge
Shut this down,
upgraded.
Reset.
I don't think I'm gonna be playing for too much longer, which that just really depends on how long this takes me in the long run. But it shouldn't take too long though to beat the post game of this.
My turn now.
Oh wait, now I remember. There's that robot that I fought during.
Too slow. Shut them down, Reset.
Yeah, now I remember this robot. Well, I guess it's not the exact same, but pretty similar.
Get going, Dan! Taste it!
Now we're talking.
Engaging skill.
We'll win.
Engaging skill.
Please.
Get going, Dan! Oh, taste it!
Cool.
One step closer to reaching my...
Nice. Moving on up.
2 more stages. Okay, damn, this actually will be short.
I had
A lot shorter than I thought, honestly. But I'm cool with that, because like I said, I don't really want to stream for too long tonight. Really just trying to get through this game to see how things happen and such. I might as well take these as well, even though it doesn't really matter much for me currently. Anyways, just 2 more stages.
Boost gauge level maximum.
Watch it. That one's safe. Let's get to work.
You got a charge attack ready.
They're down. We've got the upper hand.
Engaging skill.
This is it. Silver, what to you?
Cool.
Boost gauge level maximum.
You may do it all, but I won't lose. We've got the upper hand.
Engaging
There we
skill.
go.
Watch out, I spot enemies. Blink. Now, blink. We've got the upper hand.
Engaging skill.
I'll put one step closer to reaching my
That's how it goes.
I will always strive for better. No more. Step up.
Enemy suppressed. Analyzing data.
I think I already got you, but might as well.
Engaging skill.
Your neck. All in a day's work.
Hey, leave some for the rest of us, Shizuna.
Hopefully there's a decent amount here.
Watch out. You're up against a large group.
Well, that's a lot of enemies for me to take on, to say the least. I mean a lot, but let's do it.
Make it count, Van. Give them your all.
Anyway, we did it.
Nice.
You nailed it, Van.
Like all the enemies, there's one I'm missing. But it can't hurt to look, I suppose.
There's a ton of them. Should we get to work?
Looks like a chest.
Ooh, now
Oh.
they make for fun.
Here they are.
You've got a charge attack ready. Watch out. You're up against a large group.
But anyways,
Now's a great time for a shard.
I guess I could plat the game if I want, but I really don't care much about doing it otherwise. So I probably won't.
Engaging skill.
Or at the very least, it'd be a while if I consider playing this game. Which, by the way, it's not a dunk on anyone that does 100% these games or anything. It's just something I can't really do at the moment. With my situation. Just more of a grind than it has to be.
That's how it goes.
That I'd rather not turn it into personally.
There's a ton of them. Should we get to work? What you got?
You've got a charge attack ready. Watch out. You're up against a large group. Now's a great time. Engaging skill.
That's just my opinion, though. Cause I have 100% of games before, but that was way before I got deep into competing. I guess.
Nice. That went great.
Thanks for helping, Van. Careful. That's above an A-level threat.
Watch out. You're up against a large group.
They're down.
Engaging skill.
Here it
Nice
comes.
one.
Silver whip to you. We'll win. Show them your stuff.
Few more medium-sized ones, anyways.
Just what I'd expect of you, Elaine.
Oh, it must be these.
Slicing down. Get down now. Let's go down the upper hand.
Okay.
Focus unleashed.
Time to push through.
Engaging skill.
I'll put.
There we go.
Boost gauge level max.
Yeah, let's do this.
Looks like it keeps going from here.
I guess if anything, I'll play with the gacha a bit after. But we're almost done with this either way.
Quite the reception. I'll be watching your performance.
Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of Reverie, the post game from Reverie is
like a
pretty much
chest.
similar to this. Probably a little more interesting with the people you could team with and all. But it's whatever to me, because like I said, it was just an unfortunate timing where, as much as I enjoyed Reverie, I got really
That
burnt
one's
out by
big.
it. I'm glad, at least with Daybreak, I've had a decent amount of time
Got a charge
to
attack ready.
space when I play these games. Well, not only space the games, but also be at a point where I'm not as in much of a hurry to get through them to prepare for something else. Because I was really just able to just think about how
You've
much
made
I
good
really want to
progress.
play these games and such.
New area located. Commencing exploration.
Which is a plus for me though, because like I said, I used to treat streaming as a thing where I have to get through this and
This'll make
such.
for a good warm-up.
But over time I started realizing the best thing I can really do at this point is play at my own pace versus playing to stay in the trend and such.
They're down. Now, let's close in on them. Got the upper hand. Blink.
Engaging skill.
Which, like I said, I'm glad I did, because otherwise, I'd be pretty miserable streaming this game. About trying to finish it before Xenoblade X and all that.
Slicing down. They're down. One more. They're down. We've got the upper hand.
Engaging skill.
You're next. All in a day's work. Ooh, now they make for a fun fight. They're down. Next.
Enemy suppressed. Analyzing data.
Flinch now. We've got the upper hand.
Okay.
Flinch.
Engaging skill.
I'll put it.
We are approaching the 2-hour mark, which is very much where I had wanted things to end and such.
Impressive swordsmanship, Miss Mizuki. You still got more.
But yeah.
All right, that's another area down. We all in?
Anyways, let's take on these enemies. Oh, fuck the mirrors.
All right, it's boss time.
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Release! You're next, Shizuna.
Engaging skill.
Now we're talking.
Oh, that was quick.
Now's a great
Didn't really
time
have to
for
worry about it.
engaging skill.
Well, I don't have to worry about this boss either.
Shut them down, Reset.
Now's ready.
Mr. Archive.
It's go time. Here we go, man.
There we go.
Man? I don't like it, man.
Engaging skill.
Now.
Take him out. I don't like it, man.
Activating skill. Activating skill.
There we go. Well, that means one more dungeon for us to do.
Onwards and upwards. I'll reach even greater heights.
That's how it goes.
I will always strive to better myself.
Got it.
Hey, Van actually got MVP. For a change. But nonetheless, we're pretty much at the final floor now. Well, let's try to get through this as quick as we can.
Time to start sniffing around.
You got a charge attack ready. Boost gauge level maximum.
Which, like I said, good thing I didn't have to play this on Nightmare or anything, too.
Engaging skill.
So I just want to get this over with. Because, like I said, there wasn't really much of a point for me to play on Nightmare since I got the trophy already. Oh, it's basically the gardens. Okay. I'll give it props here.
Ooh, now they'd make for a fun fight.
Ouch.
I'll cover you.
Flinch. Quite the reception. Flinch.
They're down. This is the perfect time for
We've got the
shards.
upper hand.
Engaging skill.
Here it comes.
There we go.
Silver whip. You're next. Shut them down, Reset.
Activating skill. Boost gauge level maximum.
Onwards and upwards. I'll reach even greater heights.
You got a charge attack ready.
Flinch. Oh, I could do better. We've got the upper hand.
Okay.
Oh, goodies for the taking.
Okay.
But I'll crash this party.
Engaging skill.
Oh,
Here's my
okay.
chance.
Activating skill.
If you
Okay, I probably didn't need that, but why not?
Battle complete. We did exemplary work.
Always got it. Now, reset.
Okay.
Blink if we act now. Blinky can win. We've got the upper hand.
Okay.
Engaging skill.
You're next.
Okay.
Engaging skill.
You're next.
Okay.
All in a day's work. Impressive swordsmanship, Mr.
Okay. Last one. Then we continue onwards.
All right, that's another area down.
Yeah, we can just skip. Not much of a reason to stick around.
New area located. Commencing exploration.
We'll get at least all the enemy readings here.
Ooh, now they'd make for a fun fight.
Oh my. Quite the reception. I'll be watching your
Watch out.
performance.
You're up against a large group. Now's a great engaging skill.
We'll win.
Focus unleashed. Engaging skill. Boost gauge upgraded.
Okay.
Boost gauge level
I'll
maximum.
never lose. Just what I'd expect of you, Elaine.
Okay.
You got a charge attack ready.
Okay. Okay. Another path open.
All right, that's another.
This is fine.
Ugh, this place goes on. And on and on.
Okay, just got one enemy to get through.
Let's get to work.
You got a charge attack ready.
Blink. We've got the upper hand.
Engaging skill.
Here we go. Is it here? No.
Looks like the gang's all here.
One enemy I'm missing, but I don't know who it is.
Hey, leave some for the rest of us, Shizuna.
Tidy this mess up. Cut you up. Blink.
Watch out.
Yeah, why not?
We should go on the attack.
Engaging skill.
Shut them down, Reset.
Now's your chance for a shot.
Okay.
Now's a great engaging skill.
You're next, Shizuna.
Now's a great time. Engaging skill.
Okay.
Up deep.
I guess these are the ones I'm missing.
Onwards and onwards. I'll reach even greater heights.
Next, moving on up.
great time for a shard. Engaging skill.
I'll put. Here's my chance.
Activating skill.
Too slow.
Okay.
Treasure located. That went better than I anticipated.
Your support saved the day, Reset.
There's still one enemy I'm missing, though.
Watch it. That one's big.
Treasure located.
There's a ton of them. Should we get to work? I'll be watching your performance.
You got a charge attack ready.
Slice it down.
They're down. Watch out. This is the perfect time for our shards. Focus unleashed. Engaging skill.
Here's my chance.
Activating skill.
We'll win.
Engaging skill.
Okay.
That
Maybe it's.
pretty good.
Oh,
Hey, don't burn yourself out.
it has to be these enemies I have yet to fight.
Watch out. You're up against a large group.
It has to be.
Engaging skill.
Okay. So I'm a medium side. Hopefully that was the enemies I was missing. Hopefully. Slay monsters? Okay.
This
area
feels pretty
located.
great. You may be
Commencing
strong, Cheesuna, but
exploration.
I won't lose. Watch out! I spot enemies. Show me that.
You got a charge attack ready. Enemy suppressed. Analyzing data.
Mm-hmm.
A fearsome foe. Time to get serious. Watch out! I spot enemies. Show me that.
You got a charge attack ready. Watch out. You're up against a large group. Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out all the stops.
Mm-hmm.
It's Misarugi.
Chance.
Here's my chance.
Activating skill.
You're finished.
Cool.
We'll win.
Engaging skill.
Sucker!
Now we're talking.
Engaging skill.
Okay. Cool. What's the one that's missing though here?
Onwards and upwards. Always to greater heights.
That's how it goes.
I will always
Oh,
rise.
I think I found them.
That's upgraded.
Now, let's
Watch
finish
out.
the job.
You're up against a large
Almost
group.
done though with this.
Engaging skill.
Here's my chance.
Activating skill.
Have some more.
Anyways, medium-sized ones.
That went better than I anticipated.
Always got it down, Reset.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Engaging skill.
Mm-hmm.
Engaging skill.
Cool. One more.
On my blade, I'll never lose. Just what I'd expect of you, Elaine.
Not large or small. Medium. Ouch. Okay, you got it.
Now, let's finish the job.
Engaging skill.
Show them your stuff, Elaine.
Now's a great time for a shard.
Missile cut. Here's my chance.
Now's your turn.
Almost there.
Engaging skill.
That's it. Make it count, Van. Give them your all. That's it.
Counting on you, Shizuna!
Engaging skill.
That's it. Shut them down, Reset.
Activating skill.
They're stunned. Too slow.
Cool. Should be almost there now.
Confirming your schedule.
Better than I anticipated. Your support. Save the... Set.
Confirming your schedule.
Okay. Now for the boss, which is where everything will end, basically, with this game. Wait, midpoints? Well, we're probably on the easy anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much. Okay. Oh, final boss trial? 1 second then. I imagine take another short break then. But it shouldn't be hard, but I didn't need to use the restroom again, so I'll be right back. Won't be playing ads or anything, but yeah. Okay, I'm back. So now, let's just start this.
Is this a rift in the virtual world?
Yes. These coordinates fall on an imaginary axis. This must be the origin point of the corrosion.
Gasp.
There's this heavy, gloomy energy here. Almost...
Yeah. Something crazy intense is lurking around.
Must be our guilty party. Can't get a handle on it, though.
Yeah, this one's shaping up to be a little different from what we've gone against so far. Huh? What am I picking up on here? A scent? Wait, this is...
It's coming. Stay on the alert.
I can sense your presence.
Oh, this guy again?
Ban our pride. The false
Yep, this guy again. Good to see you again.
Isn't that?
No, it's like last year all over again.
Except I'm on easy this time, so this shouldn't be any challenge.
I see their meaning. It resembles the creature that revealed itself during the Pandemonium incident.
Vagrant's Diaspora. One of the 5 demon lords who rules over the 77 devils.
But that's impossible. It's not even the same color.
Yes, it's practically the exact inverse of the dark blue entity we faced before. And yet...
Are you suggesting this is one of the 4 remaining demon lords?
Probably.
I am that which ought to manifest in this world. The true Demon Lord. You, the fallen, vanquished fake, are best left to fade in the benighted rift.
Hang on, LP!
How is it so powerful?
Its spiritual force is off the charts. That big lug is about as menacing can possibly get.
Well, we've made it this far. All that's left is to take that thing out, put these anomalies behind us.
I don't appreciate you calling me a fake and dredging up my past. But I can gripe after we beat your ass.
Let's go, team! Weapons ready! Spare no effort taking it down!
I am the true Demon Lord. Celebrate my advent.
Time to push through! Engaging still.
Let's go.
Now then, let's do this. This moonlit blade of mine is false, yet true as steel. There! Behold!
Zelensky is pretty nice though.
Let's go. Upgraded. Engaging skill.
Have some more!
Yep.
We'll win! I suggest this right now. Yeah!
Don't stop now, Elaine!
Here I go! Cobalt Curtain! Mr. Arkwright! I suggest this right now we're talking. Time to push!
Engaging skill.
That's it.
Again,
Here's my
really?
chance. No! Too slow. You're finished! We'll win!
Cool.
Engaging skill.
You're next, Shizuna. I suggest this right now. We should go on the attack.
Oh, might as well.
Engaging skill. Boost gauge upgraded.
This I don't have to worry about, you know.
My turn now.
Engaging skill.
Now! Make it count, Van! Get up now! Now!
We're fine.
I won't hold back.
Activating skill.
Done. Missile clear.
Engaging skill.
Please.
Okay. It did say multi-phase, so there's probably gonna be more. Yep.
The pressure's building! We're wearing it down, though. Keep up the offensive!
What were you
Anyone
saying,
wanna tell me
Lapis?
what the hell's going on here?
Its form is falling apart. Could it be?
A rather paltry excuse for a demon lord, if we can even call it one.
I am no falsity. By consuming all, I shall actualize my existence. No longer have I need of that arrogant intermediary. Without his obstruction, everything will be mine.
Damn. You're one pitiful sap. A watered-down knockoff like you has no business calling anybody a fake. In reality, you're just a massive data construct. An irregularity, uploaded to the Merhian Garten. But what really gets me is how in the know you are about Vagrant's diaspora and the other 4 demon lords. I'm willing to bet we have that jackass Auguste to thank for that.
Wait a moment.
Him?
Are you sane?
Yep, it's pretty much the only possibility left. I believe. Monster's form is based on something the DG cult stole from the Septian Church.
A copy of the Book of Ezer. One of the Apocrypha.
Now I get it. That's the one that tells about the demon lord inside Van.
The maniacal material it was banned for had a passage describing the pandemonium, too.
That's right. Back when the cult had me in its clutches, I was forced to read it almost every day.
Yep. Sounds about right.
It's a scent my nose will never forget. I know it all too well.
How horrid. Man.
That's fine.
It just keeps circling back to the cult, doesn't
That's
it?
crazy.
So, that's no demon lord at all then.
It's entirely possible that Auguste utilized that forbidden text to hack into the Merhian Garden. It initially served as the ideal data construct for wreaking havoc on Marduk's systems.
But then it went off the deep end, just like we're seeing now. Yep, you called it.
Hey, Mayor.
Mayor Bear, you sure took your sweet time.
Was it because the big guy here's a phony? It's nothing but a data-driven reproduction. No more, no less. The copy of the Book of Ezer was already worse for wear, with parts being rewritten to suit the user's aims. But that thing's own ego keeps it from accepting that simple fact. It's sad. I see. So even with all that power, it's still hollow inside.
But that way, I almost feel for it.
Fate can be cruel sometimes. But the kindest thing we can do at this point is put the poor thing out of its misery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Insolent curs. Do not speak lightly of me, feeble sons of man. Cower, tremble, and despair. I am the Demon Lord. I am absolute. I shall manifest into this world and bring forth destruction untold.
You might be as much of a victim as the rest of us, so consider this a mercy. This nightmare has overstayed its welcome. About time we wrapped it up for good.
Right. The DG cult will haunt us no longer.
It all
Yeah.
ends here.
So
Let's
took
go, everyone.
a couple games after Trails from Zero to no longer have to deal with this. AKA like 7 games.
Engaging skill.
Have some more.
Shut this down, Reset. Miss Mizurugi.
Engaging skill.
Sucker!
Show them your stuff, Elaine. Now.
Chance.
Use a shiver. No, you won't. Here's my
Cool.
chance.
Now's your chance for a shot boost. Activating
No,
skill.
no. That's it. Miss Mizurugi.
Focus unleashed. Engaging
Might as
skill.
well.
Boost gauge upgraded.
My move now.
We'll win.
Focus on engaging skill.
Now. Now we're talking.
Engaging skill.
Too slow. Here's my chance.
Probably helps I am playing on easy now, but like I said, I'm whatever about it at this point.
It's okay. This ends now.
Engaging skill.
This is it. Kaleido. Enter.
Oh, yeah, that's crap. Well, might as well watch it, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
My move now.
Now we're talking.
Focus unleashed. Engaging skill.
There. Here's my chance.
Activating skill.
Now we're talking.
Focus unleashed. Engaging skill.
You won't want to miss this.
Blink.
Boost gauge
Show them your
upgraded.
stuff, Elaine.
Focus unleashed. Engaging skill.
Too slow. Keep it up.
Chance.
We should go on the attack.
And not as crap, but
I like it.
why not?
Not getting away. Blast off. Let's wail on it.
Understood.
It's over. You're
Protect
crushed.
my enemy.
I am a fabrication. Why did I come into being?
That's a good question, but whatever.
Why must I be so incomplete? Would that I could have a second chance.
Well, GG's. Looks like that's it for the gardens.
Well, that's the end of it.
And this theme never gets old.
Not gonna miss that whack job.
There's no more trace of the distortions. That giant swath of data must have been cleanly erased. I felt kind of bad for it at the end, though.
Indeed. Even still, I feel this was for the best. We spared it from living on as a lie.
All things return to the benighted dark eventually. One could almost call it a form of salvation.
True. You might have a point there. Oh, wait. What about the Book of Ezer?
No need to get in a twist about it. The copy the DG cult stole was recovered during the big cleanup operation, 11 years back. By Master himself, no less.
Bearguard brought it back? I never realized.
The being we vanquished was likely nothing more than second-hand data that a Goost fellow pieced together. Although I never imagined that it could be used to create such a creature. Said data has now been thoroughly obliterated, however, so it's unlikely to ever be abused again.
Thank Adios for that.
It's funny. This loose end from the Garten led us right to another from the cult.
That's only to be expected, what with the mad philosopher's plot being the common thread between them.
From a risk management perspective, I'd say it was worth the trouble.
Well, guess that about wraps up our Garden's arc too, huh, S?
Definitely. I can already feel the weight lifting off my shoulders.
Congratulations! You two are finally free!
I'm glad I hopped down this train, even if it was only at the end.
We'll
I
see you
take on
next
Margaret's
game.
side.
It's fine.
It's nice to have these anomalies over with.
Speaking of Marduk...
Hey, party people! Guess what?
Yo.
As of just now, the Merhian Garten is 100% glitch-free! That means we have full control back again! Way to save the day, guys! Hold up, where the heck are we anyway? These coordinates are like... crazy loco!
It may require a bit of explaining.
We'll walk you through it all later. But for now, I think we can call this request complete.
Yep, major props. You all totally rocked it. Expect the reward money in your account soon, plus a bit of extra on top for your little helpers.
Nice. Appreciate the quick turnaround.
Rather bittersweet, though, isn't it? We no longer have any reason to come here now.
It did turn into something of a habit for us, huh?
Little wonder, given that it allowed us to meet face to face, no matter the distance between us. True. It makes me kind of sad to think that we might be doing this for the last time.
Can't say I disagree. This place ain't so bad. Once you take the Garden Master and the Book of Ezer out of the equation anyway.
Connecting people through the Orbal network. In a way, the Merhian Garten may have fulfilled its original purpose after all.
Aw, thanks for the rave review! Not sure if you remember, but monsters were never supposed to be a part of this package. In fact, once that bug gets ironed out, we're gonna deploy a major update that regresses things back to their original state. It's gonna take a hot minute to implement, though. So until then, you're free to access the service whenever you want.
You mean we'll be allowed to play here a while longer?
You bet! Knock yourselves out!
Finally! A dedicated slacking off space.
Just what we needed. But in all seriousness, it is a nice place.
Yeah, I'll still be in Calvert a while, but having an easy meetup spot like this is a neat perk.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
And for now, it can double as a training area!
Guess there's worse ways to kill time.
Agreed. Theo and Zeros could use a testing ground.
Guess we'll just have to get together again. And that goes for after the update, too.
Sounds like a plan. We've more than earned a reward. Might as well enjoy it.
Anyway,
I had a great time.
April 12th, 9:03 p.m. What happened here?
The tower's observation deck is currently closed for routine maintenance. We look forward to your next visit.
The first day of the Aramis Academy Festival has drawn to a close, and it will continue for another 2 days. Large crowds are expected, so if you plan on attending, we recommend going by train or public transit.
Who's in here?
Oh, and this just in. We are now learning that President Gramhart will be making an important announcement tomorrow. There's no need to be alarmed, though, as no serious incidents have occurred. We are not at liberty to share all the details, but, yes, we can pass on some of what we heard.
That was much sooner than I anticipated. Professor Cronkite never disappoints. Actually, this may be owed to President Gramhart's leadership.
Hey, Dingo. I promise I'll do my very best. So don't worry. I'll be fine.
Professor Epstein.
Professor Hamilton.
Or Hamilton.
I leave the rest to you.
Construction continues in the Ishgal Mountains on the eastern side of the Republic. And it appears that we will be getting an official announcement of Zemuria's first Space Force base.
Oh, space. Oh, shit.
You've sacrificed everything for this, Dingo. We are forever in your debt. Thanks to you, we might just make it in time.
To go to space, huh? To be continued. The next chapter of Trails Through Daybreak. Thank you for playing. Well, that's definitely something to learn.
Hey, I've been waiting for you. All charged and ready to go. Come back anytime.
That's something to learn, to say the least. Yep. Well, now we're basically done with the game. Did everything we needed to in Trails of Daybreak 2. And we did get to see that teaser at the end too. Which, damn. So much has been traced back to Dingo, huh? And Professor Hamilton seems to have a part to play with the whole going to space kind of thing. Which, man, I'm really excited for the Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon now. But we'll see. Anyways, before we end, let's watch the opening one more time. Which, needless to say, I'm glad I didn't keep the difficulty at Nightmare, because I just really wanted to see how this ended. But I had a good time, all things considered, at the ending. Such a banger opening. But like I said, initially when I listened to it, it wasn't my. I thought it was something I wasn't going to like. I was wrong. Because I really love. It's probably my favorite opening currently. Of the games. By the way, Trails to Daybreak has been completed. Trails to Daybreak 2 has been completed. Anyways, like I said earlier, probably no stream for the rest of the week till the weekend. But that's fine, because I still need to rest my throat a little bit, because I got a little sick. Really came down to a cough and runny nose. Thankfully it wasn't COVID, but don't want to push my voice any more than I have to, so yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go raid Sky Yuki, someone who I actually haven't tuned into for a while. And they're doing trails from Zero themselves. So I might as well pass it on, because why not? But yeah, I'll see when I'm back. But regardless, for this stop by, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Till then, take care everyone, and have a good rest of your night.